and Jupiter is going to transit now in few months time. So
रे नीचे मेरा पुराना वाला फोन पड़ा होगा उधर सोफे के
I
पास.
would request all of you to mute your videos so that, uh, yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
No worries. So if all of you mute yourselves, it will not be an inconvenience to anybody else. Other people will not be inconvenienced, and even let's not go further. Even I would be able to concentrate more on delivering what I am here to deliver. So today we are going to talk about Jupiter. You all know me. You all know me. So I wouldn't go that further to introduce myself time and again. I just say I'm a student of astrology, and today we are going to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the very beautiful planets. You know why? Because mm, as far as the Ashtakvarga scheme of things is concerned, okay, Jupiter is said to be one of the very beautiful planets because it gives the maximum points. Okay, it's an expansive planet by nature and by value. Why is it? If we go into the logistics of things, and if we go into a very logical thought process, then Jupiter is also said to be, it's made of gas. It's continuously expanding. When we are talking about the Panchatattvas, Jupiter is given the Panchatattva of ether. Ether or vacuum that we know of is continuously expanding. Okay, and we know that everything, though there is no tattva as such for Jupiter in the, you know, there is no tattva as such for assigned to Jupiter in any of these charts, any of the houses, or rather the signs, um, because the signs are related to our, fire, earth, air, and water. But just a second. So, uh, fire, earth, air, and water. Okay. Okay. So, where does Jupiter then, where is this tattva working? You have to understand that everything is actually instilled in ether. And this ether that we are talking about, is about Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is present in everything. And uh, how do we get to know that our Jupiter is functioning properly or not? This is very important because most of the times what we do is we want to do a lot of other remedies, but the remedies generally lie within us. Jupiter, as its nakshatras also show, uh, the nakshatras of Jupiter show very strongly that there's one thing that causes the downfall of Jupiter's nakshatras, and that is jealousy. When we have that component in life, when we have Spardha in life, and also Jupiter as Devguru, every time there was a fall for him when he was jealous of Shukracharya. So this is one thing that we must remember, that when the tendencies of jealousies start arising within us, then we will know that our Jupiter is not going to function properly for us. It is a vicious cycle. When this tendency increases within us, our Jupiter goes on a downhill. When Jupiter is going on a downhill, you can see this tendency increasing on you. So, as it is mentioned in the Gita, that he gives us the ability to form our karma. One of our karma that we can do and we can be very aware of, that is, we don't want to be jealous about anything or anybody. And how do you understand whether your Jupiter, or how do you strengthen your Jupiter? There you can strengthen your Jupiter because Jupiter is contentment, Jupiter is happiness. We will now move into an area called 16 types of happiness of Jupiter, that Jupiter gives us. So Jupiter is all that. So Jupiter is all that. So if we are asking for contentment, we ask when we maintain those things in our lives, then we understand that our Jupiter will function well. And when Jupiter functions well, wherever it sits, it expands. Sitting in your sixth house, okay, even if it is sitting in your sixth house, this Jupiter will be expanding in beautiful ways. How does it expand when it's sitting in your sixth house? Sixth house is technically Ripu, Rog, Rin. Okay, but what we do not understand is sixth house is also about a healthy life system and administrative ability to earn wealth. Even if it is sitting there and it gets well, it is also, sixth house also gives you discretion. Okay, so I'll be changing my internet. So So Jupiter is also about wealth, okay, not just about so many things. So even if it is sitting there, it gives you the discretion to do things properly and to get over your enemies. Any placement is not bad for a planet. All you need to understand is how are you going to work on that placement. Okay. Now, now let us see. Uh, now let us see. The 16 kind of wealth that Jupiter gives. But before, I would also like to add that these wealth on a long term will have a great deal of effect, because this wealth is not just the material wealth. It carries all the five spheres of life, that is material, or you can say financial, spiritual, physical, uh, and then your emotional and mental well-being. So it gives you children, which when you see that joy, that fifth house things, I request all of you to please mute yourself. That would be really very nice if you could mute yourself. Okay, so it's not just your physical well-being, it's your, when you see your children grow, they also give you a lot of joy. Uh, the uh, the wealth in terms of rupees and jewelry and everything is definitely there. Jupiter gives you happiness. When you are happy, you actually expand, you're throwing your hands out, you're actually feeling very happy and you move. So this is another sign of Jupiter. So supposing somebody is not in a very happy mood and somebody really wants to get out of those feelings of unhappiness or whatsoever it is, then you really need to just expand yourself. That is why they tell you that, in those laughter clubs, that you open yourself up and then you laugh so loudly. That is another way to expand your Jupiter and your happiness. Okay, contentment, the 12th house actually will show you contentment, and it also gives you a meditative state. If there's a good Jupiter, it teaches you meditative state very well. Longevity, Jupiter is very important for longevity also, both Saturn and Jupiter. Marriage, especially for females, you will see if Jupiter is by any chance connected with your seventh house. Disclaimer here, I would say that if Jupiter is in your seventh house, for anybody, you can check it out. Marriage before 21 should be done either before 21 years of age or after 28th year. Otherwise, marital life will not be a happy one. Marriage, Jupiter gives, especially for females. You check Jupiter, placement of Jupiter. If it's good, then it's good. And Jupiter relates to your happiness, your ability to carry on that marriage also. It gives knowledge. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom, and Jupiter gives you both. So what is wisdom? Wisdom is something that is processed. You have learned it and you have moved ahead with it, and you now know the application of that knowledge is wisdom. Then you have ethics and moral values. all those values that you have within yourself, they are typically about Jupiter, and Jupiter in the second house will definitely give you ethics and moral values, because the second house relates to ethics and moral values. Jupiter stands for second house, and there it will give you a lot of these qualities. Okay, and Jupiter is all about beauty. Okay, so when you see a thing of beauty, Jupiter could also, not just Venus, but Jupiter could also be having its hand in it. Don't forget that Jupiter is Digbali, gets a lot of directional strength when it is in the first house, and the first house typically is your head, your face also comes in that area, because it's all a flowing process. So Jupiter also bestows beauty to you. It's a state of bliss. Jupiter owns the 12th house of the natural zodiac, which shows the state of bliss, the meditative state, and it is also the secret house of secret knowledge. Valor. Valor does not only mean, valor does not only mean that it is about going out and fighting. Sometimes valor can also be seen in a lot of what should I say, it can be seen in your ability to be patient, to wait for the right moment, to strike at the right moment and the right time. Okay, and it also gives you name and fame. Definitely we'll see.
इसमें
uh,
अमन से शक्ल क्यों नहीं आ रही? मेरा
so
स्क्रीन क्यों नहीं आ रहा? जैसे
so when we are talking about good food, yes, Jupiter is also about good food. See, all of us know Jupiter talks about good food. Why? Because Jupiter signifies the maximum number of houses. If you take all the planets and if you see, you will see that Jupiter signifies the maximum number of houses in the as per Fal Deepika, it signifies the second house, the fifth house, it signifies the ninth house, it signifies the 10th house and the 11th house, 5 houses. And even if we do not take all those all those points that Uttar Kalamrit mentions, Uttar Kalamrit will give you around 96 or 108 points for Jupiter. If you don't even go to that, if you just take the 16 significations or the 16 types of happiness we're having and you try to correlate each one of these, each one of these will be associated with one house. When we talk about the second house, our ethics and moral values, and you can absolutely try it in any chart that you want. If you have those chart in your mind in front of you, go ahead and do that. If there is Jupiter sitting in your second house, your sense of ethics and morals, especially if it happens to be one of Jupiter's house or its house of exaltation, then your sense of ethics and morals will be absolutely invincible. You will not give people any leeways to cross those limits. Then good food is also second house, and this the rich food that you eat, the sweets that you have. If Jupiter has any influence on your second house or second lord, you would want to eat those food which is good in which has a lot of butter, clarified butter or ghee that we call in India. And it would also be something like eating the sweets, lots of sweets. So you can understand that yes, Jupiter will have an effect either on the second house or on the second lord. And this is also I have also been taught, uh, I have also been taught that this was one of the methods when earlier on when I was learning from my uncle. He told me that it's you can use this as a BTR technique also. So uh, Jupiter aspecting the second lord can also give you a lot of good food if it's a good Jupiter. Okay. And then we also see when we're moving to the fifth house, we all know fifth house gives you grandparents, it gives you children. So happiness, you see contentment probably from the fourth house, but you see happiness from the fifth house. Your ability to laugh, is definitely seen from the 5th house. Your wisdom is seen from the 5th house. Your name and fame is seen from the 10th house and 5th house also. Your work, your money, we know that you see it from the 2nd house. We see a beauty also from the 2nd house. As I said, the 1st house, 2nd house, both will represent your face. So beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Somebody has 2nd house lord being aspected by Jupiter, you will definitely find that the person is good looking. Okay. And marriage, Jupiter, essentially, as I said, the 7th house is, if it is Jupiter, then you will see that 7th house lord, any connection with Jupiter, Jupiter in transit aspecting the 2nd house, or the 7th lord, or the 7th house, and or Saturn having a connection there, you will see the likely chances of a person getting married, provided the dasha antardasha will help. If the dasha antardasha does not give an indicator, transits go waste. Okay. Now when we're talking about Jupiter, and obviously, so I'll get back to a point here that Jupiter is signifying the 5th house, but if Jupiter is in the 5th house, there can be problems relating to children also, and I'll get back to that also. uh, Jupiter in the 11th house. Jupiter in the 11th house. Again, 11th house is what? Wealth. There's a difference between Jupiter in the 5th house and Jupiter in the 11th house, though they are just bang opposite each other. When you are talking about 5th house, okay, so this 5th house is all about speculative gains. And if Jupiter is aspecting your 5th lord, okay, as long as this aspect is not from the 6, 8, 12 houses, because obviously when Jupiter is aspecting, it will be aspecting, if it is in 6, 8, 12, it will definitely be aspecting 6, 8, and the 4th house. So if it is not aspecting from those areas, the 5th lord, then you do have a chance to make good money out of speculation. If by any chance, and Jupiter aspecting your 11th lord, definitely fixed income, which will rise. As I said, Jupiter expands. So it will obviously always be on the rise. And you will see this happening during the Jupiter Dasha, Antardasha. Also, if even during a Pratyantar period, if the transit Jupiter is also aspecting at the same time, you will see that that time is the time when you can earn good money. And so I would also like to point one thing, that Jupiter though is very good in a number of places, but there is something called Karako Bhavnashaya. Okay, and all the text have a all the text do have a classical text do have a mention to it. So this is something we cannot and should not ignore. So Jupiter is the significator of the 2nd house. It's a significator of the 5th house. It is a significator of the 7th house also to a extent for ladies. And I told you, when Jupiter is in your 7th house, and I have seen that happen. I have an article on that, and I would obviously be uploading on my website that article, that when Jupiter is in the 7th house, and I've seen from my consultations that if the marriage happened after 28th year, they had a very happy married life, or before 21 years of age, because till 15 years ago, people did get married before 21 years of age. And now it's unheard of. Just probably in villages it happens now, but then it did. And when they get married after between the periods of 21 to 28, there is problem in marriage, huge. And when Jupiter is in your 5th house, this is a dreaded principle people have, and people say that it's Karako Bhavnashaya. Two things I have seen, that Karako Bhavnashaya here works in for men. Okay, especially say Jupiter is the lord of Pisces, and it's there, it's work. Jupiter is exalted in the 5th house. So such people they have more girls than boys, and even if they adopt a child, it better be a girl child if they cannot have it of their own. But for that you also need to see the D7, sorry, D 12 for it, because if you are this is Michael Jackson's chart. If you are having Jupiter by any chance aspecting the fifth house, being the Lord sitting on the Lagna of the fifth house, in that case, and in the D1, it says that there's an aspect of Jupiter in the fifth house. There's a malefic aspect also somewhere in the fifth house. Then it should be a known fact that it is difficult for such a person to have children of his or her own. So, uh, then propinating Jupiter, yes, it is a possibility. Okay, and then we'll go to the maturity age of Jupiter. So technically, in the Shastras, every planet has been given a maturity age. Okay, and that is a period when that planet will show a great deal of effect. Starting from 15th year to the 20th year, Jupiter gives a great effect, but its major effect is in 16th year. Okay, and how do you understand that? Where will it show its results? Okay, so in the 16th year, Jupiter will show two kind of results. It will show the results of whatever house Sagittarius falls for in. Okay, and it will also show the result of the house it is placed in. Okay, so if any one of you, all of you can try it. All of us are above 16 years of age. So you can see what house Sagittarius holds for you in the 16th year. Okay, so if it holds the ninth house for somebody, Sagittarius, and it's in the say, and Jupiter is in the fourth house, definitely this person would have got a good gift. Something to related to mother would have happened. The person would have gone for higher studies, and today's day and age, that's a known fact, because at 16 we pass our class 10 and we move on to higher things. But then there could be some higher knowledge, there could be some initiation, you know, in life. So all these things is a possibility. This person could be moving into doing a lot of religious things at that moment in life. All these things are a possibility. So there's just one example that I have taken, and that is of that maturity age is of Osho Rajneesh. And just to make things clear, Jupiter for him, okay, is the ruler of the 8th house and the 11th house, and is posited in the 3rd house, exalted in the 3rd house. Okay, when he was 15 years of age, he lost his grandfather, who was one of the very influencing factors in his life. And after that, he also lost his cousin, who was also a girlfriend of sorts for him from his school, from his very young days. And he lost her to typhoid. Now, 8th house is the house of mysticism. Okay, it is the house of life and death, and at that juncture in life. And 3rd house is also your subconscious mind. It is the thought processing mind, it is the creative mind, it is the mind that makes, it is a house that makes you think. Okay, and it, that those deaths have always had led such a impression in his life that throughout his life he was always influenced by those deaths. And Osho is a very good writer also. Okay, so yeah, so if Jupiter is in the 3rd house, Ruchi, it would also depend on, yeah, so here I'll take up a few questions, but I'm very sorry to tell you that I really do want to give a lot, and I have something very beautiful at the end coming up. So I would only be taking up those questions which actually are technical and everybody can enjoy, and I can also exercise my brains to it. Okay, so uh, Jupiter in 4th house in friend sign. That's a good thing. And yes, so before I go ahead and say this, it's very easy for us to understand how things function. They say God lies in details. Yes, God lies in details. How? Because the basics, if we know, okay, and how do we know the basics? If I am aware of what each sign means, what every planet means and what every house means. So let me take a correlation here. My correlation here can be my correlation here can be say if I'm going to take Jupiter in Libra. Okay, so Libra I know is a sign where there is a lot of pros and cons, there's a lot of balancing. Okay, and it happens to fall in my 6th house, because for a Taurus Lagna it can be a 6th house. Okay, and I have my Jupiter posited there. If I just understand one word, that Jupiter also is all about uh, Nyay, Nyay, as Sharma sir always says, is not just about justice, it is also about being logical. Okay, and the 6th house is all about being discriminatory. You have the powers to exercise things to your discrimination. Here, when this Jupiter is sitting, what does it do? This Jupiter here will give you an ability of a very fine lawyer, and you can also take it up as your profession, because 6th house is the Artha house. It gives you money. It is not giving you an ability to converse with people. If had this just been your 3rd house or your 7th house or your 11th house, this Jupiter would give you a conversing ability with others. But now it's falling in your 6th house. So you can very well go ahead and tell the person that you have the ability to earn money through this Jupiter, because this Jupiter is also your 11th lord. Okay, and you can become a good lawyer. It's also in one of the Upachaya houses. Provided you also have a benefic in the 10th house, this will really give you an ability to reach good heights. Okay, so when we are aligning things, they become dictums, or sutras become really very clear and crisp. So we'll follow that and we'll as we go ahead. Okay. If Jupiter is transiting over natal Jupiter, that is Paryara. So it's, circle complete. Depends on the place. Or will it be beneficial or not? This is definitely a start of another cycle of Jupiter. Okay. And in such a case, if you see the other transits, and if you see there is a beautiful Saturn, now there is going to be a Saturn and Jupiter transit. Most of you would have seen that video also. If somebody is now, if there's a relation between Saturn and Jupiter, or for that matter, Jupiter is going over Saturn's nakshatra, there's definitely new constructive events which are going to start in your life. If there is anything, otherwise it could just be ideas, it could just be events that will make you happy. But if there is an aspect to Saturn, it solidifies or cements those ideas, makes those very clear to you, and gives life much more direction. Okay. Yes, Nalin, but even ma'am, even applies to even the Jupiterian sign in the 7th house. If you're talking about if a person has Jupiter in the 7th house, no, it's specifically, the dictum is very specific. Jupiter in the 7th house, a person will have a lot of happiness from marriage, provided he or she gets married before 21 or after 28. Okay. Kushagra Pandey has written, yes, the initiation thing happened with me at around 16 years. I started playing football religiously. Uh, Jupiter in Adra Nakshatra in Lagna. So you see, Jupiter is also your 10th and the 7th lord. And I'm sure that is the year you must have also gained a lot of public, uh, you know, um, uh, appreciation and all those things. Adra is sports. Yes, it is. And I hope for you that Rahu is well placed. If Jupiter is in the 3rd house, okay, implication of a retro Jupiter in a, We'll do, if we have time, we'll touch on retrogression of Jupiter, but then sir is taking up a class next week, so I'll see if I have a lot. I want to work, give you something different. So with 8 Saturn 8th house. Uh, should Jupiter having Taurus Libra ascendant strengthen up? We'll do this. We'll do this very beautiful question, Sunilji, and we will take it up. Okay, so let's. So we saw the Jupiter. Now, when we're talking about Jupiter, again, as I have just delivered to you people, that I need to take up the planet Jupiter, I need to take up the sign that it is occupying. Here it's a Martian sign. Okay, so obviously the Lord of the house will have a say. Okay, and it will impart its qualities. I'm not even going to the nakshatras here. It will impart its qualities to Jupiter. Okay, so if so this person is a leader. It's he's or she is a born leader. Okay, and this person will have the ability. Uh, this person will have the ability to argue with people, debate with people, and will be a leader of an army also, and will be fearless. And we'll see later on how this all manifests. But there is one disclaimer, as Sunilji just asked me, that is it the same results for for all the lagnas? My question to you is very open, all of you. Do we wear the same dress for all occasions, or do we eat the same food on all days? Yes, any one of you can answer me. Do we eat the same food for all days, or do we have the same,
No,
do we
ma'am.
no, we
No.
don't.
Not at all.
Not at all. So you need to understand that definitely not for all lagnas. According to the lagnas, because the lordship, the position will change. Here, if Jupiter is in the lagna in Aries, obviously it's the ninth lord also. So it gets a lot of foresight. Gets a lot of ability to think and then manipulate also, because Jupiter is also manipulative at one level. Manipulate and then work. Okay, and then it gets the Martian energy to work properly. Okay, and then at fifth house it gets a booming voice, because it's aspecting the fifth house, so it's getting that booming voice to be loud and clear. But at the same time, if it's moving into as a for the Taurus lagna, it becomes the lord of the 8th house, and it becomes the lord of the 11th house, and it's in the 12th house. What do you think? Do you think the results will be the same? It won't be the same. It will modify. With every change it will modify. uh, for the Taurus lagna, in such a case, there's one very beautiful thing that's going to happen, is that there is a Viparit Raj Yoga which is being formed. So because the 8th lord in the 12th house is a good place for it to be, this Jupiter will undergo a lot of transformation, but once it starts coming out, this Jupiter will give the person an international name and fame. It can have problems. This person can have health issues quite often, might have to go to hospitals quite often, because it's as the 11th lord, which is the badhaka of the natural zodiac, one. And two, 11th house gives you a lot of things. One things, because they say in Hindi that chand mein bhi daag hota hai, or there is uh, a spot even in the even in the moon. The moon is said to be the most beautiful thing. When we are comparing anybody to anybody's beauty, moon is the comparison, at least in the olden days they would take. So even in that moon there are some spots. Okay, so the 11th house has its share of spot, and that is that it does not aid in getting well. It does not aid you in getting well. If you've fallen ill, good for that 11th lord, it is not going to help you anywhere. If it's dasha and antardasha effects, then it's not going to help you there. Okay, So that is the point here. And another thing that you would understand here, that it could also give you foreign income, because it's the 11th lord and 12th house is foreign. It could also make sure that you have to spend a lot before you get that income, depending on the other factors. Okay, so now but this one position is not very good for one specific lagna. This one position is not good for Virgo lagna. Why? Because as I just said, the Markesh, Jupiter here becomes Markesh. When benefics do, understand one thing, when benefics give, they give a lot. But when they come down to a position of harming you, Jupiter can be one of the worst Marakas. You know, they say that when you arouse, here I'd like to compare it to Arjuna of Mahabharat, because when he was aroused, till the time he was good with everybody. After his son's death, when he really got into the spirit that yes, I need to avenge the people who have been killed in my camp, he literally ran through the army like a, what should I say, like a bull in a china shop. So this is what a Jupiter can do. Okay, so this Jupiter can actually have a when it's in Virgo, and specifically when it's in Bharani second pada, this Jupiter of Aries can create a lot of mayhem in a person's life, up to the level that it can also give you paralysis. Okay. No, Jupiter is good in dual signs, and we'll take it up later. Okay, now Christopher Reeves. Okay, Christopher Reeves. He has his Jupiter. We all know who Christopher Reeves is. Christopher Reeves is, for those who don't know, Christopher Reeves is Superman. His name is synonymous with Superman. One freak is incident. He fell down from a horse, became paralytic. Okay, but even then he kept going, and he was actually, he led march a movement against the disease that he had, and so many work he did. So he was a warrior to the end. And you see, Mars for him is placed in, it's a yoga karaka placed in its own house. So the dispositors theory that was put forward by should I say Jain Basin sir is very beautiful and holds a lot of water. Now we talk about Jupiter in Taurus. So when Jupiter is in Taurus, it gives you, so again, the backing that we are going to take up here is that of Venus. Okay, so when Venus and Jupiter together are very good for intelligence, they're very good for wealth. Okay, they are very good in terms of giving you good knowledge, good foresight, good fame, because this is technically a house of fame. This is technically a house of so this is also technically, it is the house of name, it is the house of fame, administrative abilities. Now we all know that a lot of intelligence, everything. We all know that Venus is Shukracharya. Shukracharya relates to medicinal secret knowledges of medicine. And what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the Vaidya. So it gives you an ability to be a good doctor. Also, there is a presence of, being a, okay. So there is an ability of being presence of a good doctor also. Okay. Okay. And again, I will also say that this is the second house of the natural zodiac. So we can also say that look wise, voice, because Lata Mangeshkar, she has her Jupiter in the Lagna. But again, as we say, that second house of the natural zodiac is Karako Bhav Nashaya. So even if it is on the Lagna, okay, Sunilji, that was your question. Even if it is on the Lagna, but it is here, it might not give the person a familial happiness. It can derive the person of familial happiness in the second place. More so if position of Venus is also not very good, because it adds fuel to the fire. See, in her case, Lata Mangeshkar's case, Rahu aspects Venus. Okay, so there is a malefic aspect. Jupiter is also under the malefic strain of, from the 6th house, the 7th lord is aspecting it, which is also the 12th lord. Okay, so we see that more pronounced. Now, when Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini or in the sign of Mercury, it's one of the very beautiful combinations, because no matter even if Mercury is said to be the what should I say, not the real child of Jupiter, but Jupiter adopted Mercury just by looking at the brilliance of the baby. The baby was actually shining. Okay, and Jupiter realized that it has a lot of grace, it has a lot of ability to grasp knowledge and everything. So this Jupiter is very beautiful in terms of knowledge. Okay, and it gives you an oratorship. It makes you so knowledgeable that people give, because the third house, again, Mercury is all about speech, it's all about influencing people, it's all about interaction, and it gives you an ability to interact with people, influence people. Uh, the best example I can put forward to you is, see, is in the 5th house, Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. The 5th house is, as per Uttar Kalamrita, also speeches. Why? Oratory powers. By Bhavat Bhavam concept, it's the third to the third. So it gives you an ability to be so vocal. And the 5th house is your student. Swami Ramakrishna, of all the student, one of his most illustrious student was Swami Vivekananda. So we see that this is one of the very beautiful placements. And Swami Vivekananda also has a very beautiful similar place, not similar, but he has his Jupiter in the house, if I'm not mistaken. He has his Jupiter in Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. So Jupiter placements for the dual signs is not bad. In fact, it is wonderful. When Jupiter is placed in the signs of when Jupiter is placed in the signs of your Mercury, it does great benefit to the position of Mercury also. And you see, Jupiter and Mercury here are in trine. So this gives him a lot of, you also should use,
Thank you.
you should also see the position, you should also see these positions, you know, you should also see these positions. They're very important. And then another person is Shah Rukh Khan. He is an actor, I agree. But do you know that he's being called world over to give speeches on so many things? And wherever he goes, be it a place where, say, wherever he goes, be it in a place of business, be it in a place of, what should I say? Business, or if I should say social cultural gathering, anything, he knows how to enamor the public. So this placement gives you a lot of your brains, intelligence, speech, all these things, and wealth associated, definitely. Mantra Shakti also comes with it, especially for a person like Swami Ramakrishna. It is a beautiful, you know, we all know about him. So you can say very well, we can say that this placement is a beautiful placement. And especially the Shastras will tell you this. Saravali, Fal Deepika, all of them have the same thing to say. Leela Seth, she was the first judge, okay, female judge to be first lady in India to become a female judge, judge in a high court. And she has this placement, Jupiter in a dual sign. And she was one of these ladies who made sure that she was one of the panel of judges who made sure that acts about Indian in India, where women were supposed to, or girls were supposed to inherit a equal share in their father's property or the parents' property. So we see how discrimination also plays an important part in Jupiter's placement here. Jupiter in Cancer. uh, I don't think it needs any explanation, because all of us here, we love this placement, and all of us wish that we had this placement. It gives uh, a lot of happiness, a lot of love, contentment, beautiful house. You ask it, you get it. It's like your wish card. But for Sagittarius Lagna, is it good? Is my question. This placement for Sagittarius Lagna, if you use your energy, again, this is all about using your energy properly. When we are trying to find a lot of remedies, first thing we need to understand is, as in Gita, the Lord above says that you have the ability to do your karma, but you don't have anything to do with, you know, to do with your prarabdha. Nothing you can. Once you've done your karma, the result lies in my hands. So 6, 8, 12 houses, anywhere Jupiter is lying, trust me, no matter how much remedies you want to do, go ahead and do it. You will not be able to overcome those. And I speak from what I have seen, what I have learned. So, so Jupiter placement in Cancer, sorry, extremely sorry, we lost the internet connection. So, if for Sagittarius, for Aquarius, or for that matter, Leo, if it is posited, understand one thing, as I have told you once before also, if a planet is strong and in good positions, it gives you good things. Then if it is in bad position, it can give you real bad things. So if it is not in a good position for you, then it has the ability to give you bad things also. But one good thing would also come out of Jupiter being the lord for Leo. It's also the eighth lord. Okay, so eighth lord in the 12th house for Leo Lagna. This position is not bad for Leo Lagna. This is a very good position. Why? Because there's a very strong Viprit Raj Yoga happening. But for the other lagnas, how would they use their energies? If they learn to use their energies in a good manner, that is, I know that the eighth house is also the house of finance from others. If I can do something to help others in their finances, I can go into deep sadhana, if I can utilize those energies there, and it's most probably I will be doing myself good, because I would be taking that energy away and converting things that the chart actually is asking me to do. Okay. And if say now one chart that I have for Jupiter in Cancer Lagna is that of Amitabh Bachchan. All of us can say that he didn't suffer much, but how do we know? He has gone through major surgeries in life. He's gone through near fatal accidents. He's gone through it's in the sixth house. Okay, and it's the second and the 11th lord, planet of value sitting in the sixth house. He's seen an all-time low as per his his interviews and all. He has seen a low where he had to go and ask his neighbors to park their car in his house, a superstar of one time. And then he's bounced back to no end. But then that will always happen. And see, at that opportunate moment, his energy was very well utilized, because KBC, which was his turning point or a return back point, okay, Kaun Banega Crorepati. So that is a competitive game. Sixth house is the house of competitions. He's utilized and he's utilized that platform to go up. Okay. And that platform changed because it also is aspecting his 10th house. It is also aspecting his second house. And it's a planet of value for the second lord and the 11th lord together. So it's a planet of value for Amitabh Bachchan. And the planet of value gave him good, but not before it took him to see lows, because it's in the sixth house. When we understand that, we are happy. Okay. Now, and for him, Jupiter is sitting in its own nakshatra, it's Vargottam. So it will definitely give during its period. Jupiter doesn't have any option but to give. Okay. You see the health issues that he gets, because the second house is also a Maraka house. So the health issues he gets is also because of Jupiter. The name and fame that he's getting is also because of Jupiter. So as I said, it is giving him the mixed results because of the placement and the ownership. Rabindranath Tagore. And you can see the placement is same, just as Mr. Bhagat asked, Lagnas. Okay. So you see the Lagnas get changed. The Lagnas gets changed. The nakshatra also gets changed. Here it's in its own nakshatra of, it's in its own nakshatra, Jupiter of Punarvasu. Here the nakshatra becomes Pushya. So the change itself is very significant. Okay. Though it has crossed its deep exaltation point, but Rabindranath Tagore, for all intents and purposes, was a literary man. Okay, he was a man of literature, and Amitabh Bachchan is an actor, a competitor, and he has a cloud over everything, and he's very protective about his family. He's very protective about people in his own circle. Jupiter in Punarvasu will give you a protective attitude, and Jupiter sitting in Pushya will give you a very, you will love your students more than anybody else. So there is a difference. The Lagna also changes, and in the same, series, you will see a lot of issues. Isaac Pittman also I can take. He was one of the best. He was, again, you see, it's a Punarvasu nakshatra, it's a Pushya nakshatra and the 11th lord. So so Aparna, you were asking me about Jupiter being good or bad for the dual signs. It's an exalted Jupiter in one of the of the 7th lord in the 11th house, and he's the one who founded formulated the system of phonic shorthand, and he was one of the most enthusiastic radical changers in his times. Okay, now we move on to Jupiter in Leo, and you will see generally people okay, Jupiter in Leo is again a warrior. Again, why do I say that? Because this man will have everything that he would want, because he has the ability to go and get it. He would also be very responsible. Why? Because again, I just take the backdrop of Sun. Sun is the king. The king is responsible, irrespective of what the governments think. As was the culture in the Vedic times, the king was responsible and was answerable to his subjects. So this person here is a very responsible person. This person here will have a booming voice, a voice that will shout out to people and will, that will stir them awake from their reverie. Okay, and this is also a placement where it is the if I can say so, it is the flamboyant guru, the guru whose probably whose students will supersede him. Okay, and it gives you an ability to be a good teacher. It gives you an ability to be a good um, uh, to call on to people, and these people will always rise up in life, from just imagine that there is your prince. The prince is never demoted. The from prince, from the Rajkumar, as we say, the person goes on to become the king. So these people will always keep increasing in their stature, and their value always increases. Anything that you put forward in front of them, they are not afraid. They apply the brains, and they also apply the sword. So it's typically a very good position for Leo to be, for Jupiter to be in, except for marriages. They say marriages here should, when Jupiter is transiting the sign of Leo, marriages should not be, uh, there should not be marriages in that during that period. But Muhurt Chintamani gives you specific periods when marriages should not happen, when Jupiter is transiting the sign of Leo. Okay, now this, however, is not a good place for progeny, especially for Sagittarius Lagna, or also for Aries Lagna. Again, why? Because not because it's also the not just the fifth house. Okay, it's not just the fifth house. It is also, yes, a good question, Nalin. I'll take it up here. Um, but because it's a barren sign, it's a fiery sign, it's a sign of anything that's put here will burn, expand probably. It will, and here you have to understand one thing. This placement of Jupiter will give results when the sun is in a very beautiful place, also very good results. And also when it's pure, when this there the intentions are pure, because the fifth house is also about your intentions. If your intentions are pure, your results are going to be fabulous, depending on the position of sun also, or for that matter the nakshatra Jupiter is in. Okay, uh, there are three placements that I would have to say that it's not very good for. um, it's not very good position for Aries Lagna. Why is it not very good position for children for Aries Lagna? And for Sagittarius Lagna, if Jupiter is here, okay, the Lagna Lord in the sixth house, I'd say it can give you a lot of disease. But I would also say it, if you use your discretion properly and you fight for the right and the just causes, in such a case, a person is likely not to get ill, and can also be a Vaidya by profession, can be a doctor by profession. Okay, now and then he can become an administrative head. Okay, and he can be a very dynamic administrative head by profession. Okay, now I'll take up one question. Okay, let me go halfway before I take up a question. Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, see, as I was telling you, he has a retrograde Jupiter. It's a retrograde Jupiter, definitely says that he has something, some karma which was pending. Okay, which house? Ninth house, fifth house, and 12th house. And the sun here is Digbali in the 10th house. So if the entire contention is, if the dispositor is well placed, if the dispositor is in a good house, okay, in such a case, the person will definitely have the the ball or the element of being able to do it things properly. Again, why do I say this? Say if I own a house, okay, and my friend comes and lives in that house because I'm not tenanting that house for some period or for some reason, okay, and if I am strong, do you think I'll help my friend or not? And my friend falls in a problem there, do you think I should help my friend? Do you think I will help my friend?
Most
Yeah,
definitely, ma'am.
yeah, very much.
Yes, because I'm in a position to help, right? But if I am weak, okay, do you think I will be able to help even if I wanted to?
No,
Not at all.
Not at all. So you see, if the dispositor is well placed, okay, then that person will definitely get help. But if the dispositor is not well placed, no matter how much help I want to give, I will never be able to extend it. This is another theory that we need to understand, okay, while we are watching a chart. Okay. Uh, so, and a sun for him is also very strong uh, because it's in a friend's nakshatra. Okay. So, okay. So, now we go to Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo is fearless. This is one person, just like, you know, it's a continuum of this person. These people, they are scholars, they are prominent leaders, they are very good in getting money. Any place they find, how they would have a very strong sense of, you know, like the bees can move to honey, they know where to tap in for money. They know it very well. Jupiter in, you can look into the charts you have, and I will also give you an example for that. I see, see, in the olden times, you know, it was very well, it was one of the things to, to go and give lectures, you know, people wouldn't just we are living in a very beautiful age where we can get crowdfunding very easily. We can put in a story and then the crowd funds, which they donate, okay. But in olden days, when there was when I'm talking about Vivekanandaji's time, there was a lot of problems just to travel in roads, make inroad travel. Just traveling from within West Bengal, the roads were so beautiful that moving from one area to another would take around minimum of 6 to 7 hours, and your back would have seen all shapes and sizes along the road, you know. So during those days when they would move around, they would move and ask people for wealth. Vivekanandaji's voice was such that he knew how to hit people hard, and with the kind of intent work that he did, he also collected funds for his ashram, not for his own self, the ashram that he built in the name of his guru. So this is something that you will be able to, it's and the another example that I'm going to give you is a beautiful example. Okay. Uh, uh, a very beautiful question asked by one of our participants is that what if the person is a housewife, is not working? Well, then you are using the sixth house to the utmost of your capability, because you have the ability to understand where to spend money and how to save money, because a penny saved is a penny earned. So you will also have that ability very, very strongly. Okay. So Geeta Rani ji, does that work out in your favor? Gitika Dhawan, does that work out in your favor? Okay. Yes. So we will do it, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement. So you see, another person, Larry King. Okay. Thank you so much. Larry King, he has his Jupiter in the 10th house. Okay. And his voice, again, was the one that earned millions for him. Okay. And he's compared to so many people. It said that he was the one who actually started the talk show things. You know, he was the one, you can say, the trailblazer in the world of talk shows. Dhirubhai Ambani, a very self-made man. Jupiter in the Kendras. Yes, Kendra Adhipati Dosh will work. There is no denying the fact. But in the Kendras, for the dual signs, is a beautiful place for it to be. Okay, so he comes from one of the most humble backgrounds where it was difficult to meet, make daily needs being met, and then he happens to bring in so much of power to his own family and company. This is tremendous place to be in. Okay, and it's a fearless place. These people will have the ability to test others. These, before they hand anything over to anybody, they will do it with a lot of thought process. Okay, so let's see if there's any question before I move on to the last, the next set. Ma'am, voice correlation with Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo, no voice correlation until and unless it's the second house. Until and unless it's the second house, third house. Okay. Then it will give you a booming voice. And SP Balasubramaniam literally had a booming voice. I have grown up on his songs in Hindi. Okay. From Sagar to Maine Pyar Kiya to a lot of other movies, we've grown up in that booming voice. Okay. Okay. So, yes, Priyanka Gandhi says she has Jupiter in 6th house and she knows how to save money. Thank you so much. So it's not that it will apply only to those people who are working, people who are not working, but they have an interest in, and that is one way how to, you're using your Jupiter properly and you are doing the remedies. The 6th house, again, if I can tell you one thing, is also the Shad Ripus. Okay, so if you can judiciously work on your Shad Ripus, trust me, it will give you an edge in knowledge and wealth over others. Go for remedial measures that can change your life. It will really give you an edge. And this is never a short-term process. It's a long-term process. So you should, and it takes constant vigilance on your part or anybody's part to be doing this and working on it day in, day out, not for a day, but for months at ends. But when you see the change, you're going to be amazed at your own self, how far you came, just taking one small step at a time. Okay. Yes, this person would be too good at managing money. Dhirubhai Ambani, he knew how to manage his money. Okay. Yes, now we can say, do you know that this guy, if you read about Larry King spent excessively. Now, is there any connection with a malefic? Is there any connection with a malefic? If there is a connection with a malefic, then definitely. But another thing is he made so much of money that he was able to spend it any way he liked. Okay, so there's one question. Jupiter and Saturn in second house in Virgo ascendant. Oh my God. Yes, so we are still to come on the Libra, so this person will definitely be extremely money oriented, Meena Thakur would definitely know how to balance funds, because 6th house lord also gets associated. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter. So let me check if there's any question before I move on. No. Yes. Yes, Nalin, when you say Jeev Karaka, Jupiter in 5th house causes lack of children. Why? See, every yes. Okay, Sunilji, I'll take that question also. Let's come to Scorpio first. There are three kinds of Karakas. Nesargik, that is Originally, there are three type of karakas. What are the karakas? They are the mool karakas. That means jad karakas, mool karakas, and jeev karakas. What do you mean by jad karaka? Jad karaka will have no life. They say they're inanimate objects, but the Japanese, they also worship the inanimate objects because they say that it also has its own energy. Okay, so we'll not go there, but jad karaka could also be a skill in you. Okay, it could be knowing how to paint, knowing how to be a beautiful singer. Okay, uh, mool karaka is one which have very little life, or so we think, like the plants, like the worms, the insects. Okay, so now affected, uh, if I break a painting of yours, yes, if I tear a painting of yours, if I you've made a very beautiful vase but I break that vase, it might hurt you for some time. But what is it that you're going to be most hurt with? Jeev karaka, living. So the living or the inanimate, what hurts you the most? Anybody? What hurts you?
Living, definitely.
Yes, the living. So they are the ones that are bought to teach. So if it is always when there is a problem in life, you will see that the Jada Karaka may not have a problem. People with Venus in Hasta or Chitra, Chitra is its deep debilitation point. In fact, if I go to Navamsha and I see the last, if Chitra, if people with Venus in their second pada of Chitra, it's a deep debilitation point because in the Navamsha also it is debilitated. Yes, in the Navamsha also it's debilitated. Then also these people can have problems in relationships and money, but their skill will be at the zenith, height, will be at the height. That's very important to understand. So it is always the Jeev Karaka that will have show problems because they are our learning point on this planet called Earth. It is not our skills. And this chart is given to us only to understand who will cause problems for us, or how are we going to learn to finish one set of class to move on to the next. That is exactly why we are given this chart. Okay. So this is another planet. So when we move on to Jupiter in Libra, the Jupiter in Libra is all about balancing things. I gave you the very example right there in the beginning when I said Jupiter in Libra is all about learning to balance things. It is all about your ability to be intelligent and simultaneously know what to speak when, how to air things in life, because it is also Venus's planet. But if Jupiter and Venus are together, I have always found that these people, though they are very well learned, they're very good in shastras, they're very educated, until and unless Venus or Jupiter, either of them, are in fall, in that case there is a lot of other things happening. But the marriage life of such a person is not very beautiful. Venus and Libra together do not give very happy married life. That's my very strong observation. Okay. And but it's very fortunate for certain lagnas. Okay, this combination is fortunate for Gemini lagna, and it's very fortunate for Aquarius lagna. As I told you, Jupiter becomes the planet of value. It's already an expansive planet, and then again it becomes a planet of value for Aquarius lagna, and it's also aspecting the lagna. So you can imagine what kind of growth it will give to the lagna. Or for that matter, if you see the chart of Vishwanathan Anand, the second house, I told you, people, is all about skills. Okay. And Jupiter here in this sign, okay, in the 10th house, know one thing: if Jupiter is sitting in your 10th house, it will for definite take you to a good growth, definitely give you a good growth. Okay. And it will take you to the top, that's for sure. Another example I'll take later on, that's Dr. B.V. Raman, Aquarius Lagna, Jupiter in Scorpio. There was nobody more intelligent than Dr. B.V. Raman in those times, who actually threw the doors of astrology open to so many people, not just in India, but in the West also. And it's aspecting for Vishwanathan Anand, it's aspecting the second house of wealth. The kind of wealth this person had, too good. And the name and fame also. Okay, so now Jupiter in Scorpio, it's also one of the very lucky positions. It's also one of the very, especially for Scorpio Lagna, this is a very beautiful position, because again, the second lord and the fifth lord sitting in the Lagna aspecting the fifth house. When Jupiter is in Scorpio, it gives a person an ability to delve deep down in any study that the person wants to do. Okay, be a discoverer, study hard. Then it also gives you the knowledge of the Shastras. It gives you an ability to connect to the, it gives you an ability to be in a deep meditative state at times. It gives you an ability to know what to speak when, because it is also aspecting the second house of the natural zodiac. Okay, so it makes your speech authoritative also. Okay, and it is definitely it'll make you a traveler. It will make you a traveler. But see, if I take Snowden, if you have heard about Edward Snowden, and this guy, for no reason, you see, he has been in jails. Why? Because he decided to take the CIA with with just to get the CIA and on board and make it accountable for all the data that it was taking from people without disclosing, without people knowing. So it wanted CIA to, so this man wanted CIA to be answerable. Okay, so he went into a lot of, and he comes from a very well-known family of people working for government agencies. Okay, so he went into a lot of trouble. He took a lot of risks, not just for himself, but for his family also. And you see, this Jupiter is in Scorpio. It brings about a lot of revelations. Don't forget that it's the lord of the natural zodiac 12th house and in the 8th house of the natural zodiac. Will give fantastic results, but after a lot of pressure. Okay, and as I told you, Dr. B.V. Raman. See, the only difference here is it's the Lagna. Okay, it's the Lagna. Again, you see, because here the nakshatra also for both of them is Anuradha. Okay, but here it's the 8th lord, and here is Jupiter is absolutely straight. It's not retrograde, and so you see, this Jupiter here gives him such a command over his work. It's again the planet of value for him, okay? And it's associated with Rahu. So he gets to take it to foreign shores. And he gets huge amount of recognition, name and money from foreign shores. So Jupiter Rahu combination always is not bad. And one thing we should realize is that when there is a combination, okay, so if there is a Mars and a Jupiter combination anywhere, so it's say supposing in Cancer there is a Mars and Jupiter combination, who do you think is winning and who do you think is losing out? Any one of you can answer this question.
Mars is winning.
Yeah. And who do you think is losing out?
Jupiter loses out because it is with a debilitated planet.
Yeah, so I always use this analogy, and I'll put it forward to you people also today, that if my grandmother and my son are walking, who do you think is losing out and why? See, my grandmother's pace is so slow and my son can run at the speed of wind. Okay, because he has to aid my grandmother. Okay, so his speed will definitely be slowed. So always when it's an exalted planet and they say it's a niche bhang, actually it's a niche bhang for the poor exalted planet. Okay, so the exalted planet here has to let go of a lot of its quality to aid or to balance out for that debilitated planet. It always happens. Okay, so here you see, and so you see this Rahu is also benefiting. But for Dr. B.V. Raman, see, I'm no one to comment on such a stellar personality, but you understand this, that because Rahu also shows foreigners, and he took the Vidya to the foreigners. That is why his Rahu was not working on a very debilitated state. In fact, him gave him a lot of wealth. And his Rahu is in Revati, which says that he will be guiding people and guiding in such a different manner. Such a different manner. This Rahu here is letting him to guide the foreigners. Okay. And then there is Jupiter is also aspecting this. There's a mutual aspect between Rahu and Jupiter. And so there is a lot of wealth for him. Knowledge, wealth, recognition, fame. He was known to have a very clear-cut view of what goes where. So administration was also very strong in his case, which also comes with the second house. Now let us move on to Jupiter in Sagittarius, one of the very beautiful placements. And I would say you get everything that you want, and you also, these people, rock solid when they come to their core values. If this Jupiter is not aspected by malefics, in such a case this person would be difficult to get this person to move from his belief systems. If this Jupiter is with Rahu or aspected by Rahu, then the person may change religion. If the person does not change his religion, in such a case the person will not have views which are very protocolish to the religion. But yes, the person here knows what protocol is all about, and the person will definitely follow protocol. So the person will definitely follow protocol. Okay. Saroj Khansi, she also had a change in religion. Okay. And her Rahu aspects Jupiter. And I am speaking it from my own experience. I've seen that many people I know who have their Rahu Jupiter combination here, or for that matter, who have an association with Rahu and Jupiter, either by aspect or by conjunction, and they definitely have moved on from their religion to something else. And they will always be very, they will also like to travel, because this is the house of a senator. Do you know, when I'm talking about Saroj Khan here, that reminds me that because her first husband was not willing to give her children the name, she let go of him. She said, it's all right, I'll bring them up on my own, but I will live with my dignity. So strong and so firm is their conviction, especially if this Jupiter happens to be in Moola. It's very difficult for people to let go of their convictions. And that's a practical experience that I have seen all over. Okay. Thank you, Pratik. Sanjay Kumar, that's a good question. But is it my brother and Rahu with Jupiter in Lagna, but he did not change his religion? Is it happening in the sign of Sagittarius? Because understand that Sagittarius is the sign of religion. Exactly. No. So there are always Rahu Jupiter combinations. Even now, there will be many children who will be born with Jupiter in Capricorn and Rahu aspecting it. Okay. For that matter, we will have the probable cricket captain coming up in February or March. I don't remember when, January. So he will also have that combination. But will the child, he or she, but will the child change the religion? No, not necessary, because this Jupiter is not in Sagittarius. I am talking about Sagittarius in particular. When the sign is happening in Sagittarius, it will happen like that. Okay. You can see it. You can see it in daily life. I have applied this and seen, and then I'm moving ahead with it. Okay. When Jupiter is in Capricorn, it's not a very good, uh, um, yes, in Taurus. In Taurus, this person will have a very different view about administration, will have a out of box ideas about how, what morals and ethics can encompass in a person's life. Okay. There is no tussle. Okay. Um, so when, yes, so for a Taurus Lagna, say supposing Jupiter is in the 8th house, and it's, see, understand that understand that when for a Taurus Lagna Jupiter is in the 8th house, this person can have very strong prenominations, or you can say intuitive powers, okay, or flashes of intuition. Okay. And especially if it happens to be in this, definitely with Ketu and Mars, this will be very pinpointy, and at times it can be really, you see here, it's a case of 8th lord in the 8th house, 12th lord in the 8th house. This can be really intensifying, and I would always suggest such a person to do deep meditation to calm the mind and the body. Okay. Okay. So now Jupiter in Capricorn, as we were doing, Jupiter in Capricorn is a very debilitating state. Okay, especially if it is in deep debilitation, then all the good qualities of Jupiter are, you know, not very pronounced. They're not pronounced at all, because it's, but if it is with Saturn, I always say, again, Saturn will lose some of its points, but then it strengthens. And for financial aspect, this Jupiter, when Jupiter is in this sign, a person is bent towards, no matter what the lagna, and especially if it is in 2, 6, 11th houses in Capricorn, this or 10th house, this person is extremely prone to think about money. Extremely, because it's the sign of money. And Jupiter, even in the most basic of if its abilities, will always give you wealth, no matter where it sits. Wherever it sits, from that house it will give you wealth. Materially it will keep you happy. Okay, but it is not a very good position for as I have been telling you, Jupiter in the 8th house, again, for your Virgo Lagna. For the Virgo Lagna, Nalin, it's already 9:30. We just said for 1.5 hours, and I've been answering the questions also. And I have something very beautiful saved for the last, the rishis that are associated with the different signs. So if you want me to go till there, you will have to give me that. Okay. So, so you see, Jupiter in this house, okay, if it is debilitated, if for the Gemini Lagna, it's the Maraka, and then it goes into debilitation in the 8th house, and in deep debilitation, especially if it's in the 7th pada, okay, if it's in Shravana Nakshatra 7th pada, then by default it moves into, by Navamsha it moves into a place of exaltation. So this person would be able to get something good even in the worst of, something very, very exemplary even in the worst circumstances. But if it is low, it is typically low, and it's in the first 3 degree 20 minutes, which is which is the Navamsh Vargottam also, and it is also moving towards deep debilitation. Lots of times I've seen these people actually lose out in life. Okay, so that's not a very good place. One place I can say which is not very good place for it. Okay, so now we are moving on to, but how do they use their energy? Okay, how do they use their energy? So this is, so it is, the chart itself comes with a lot of remedial measures if you're willing to look there, and we are willing to spend some time doing those. Okay, so this is the Artha house, and as per the story goes, Capricorn is something where you make money while digging deep down. So you will see archaeologists. I happened to find one archaeologist. He was the first person to pioneer aerial archaeology. Okay, and um, and archaeologists, not just archaeologists, people who have a tendency to work with, as long as you're sowing something even in your garden, if you have Jupiter in this sign, and you're doing some work even in your garden, okay, trust me, gradually you will see in 1 year's time, 1 year, I'm just telling you, give it 1 year, and then if it's not working for you, come back to me. This 1 year, this Jupiter will start giving you different kind of results than what you have seen. Make use of all the elements that is available in your chart only. Don't go here and there. They give you better results, and they expect you to work for it. They expect you to work for it. If you're willing to work for it, too good. If you're not, then they will come back during their antardashas, during their pratyantar dashas, they will hit you again, because you exhausted a share of the punya doing the easy way out with their during their periods. Jupiter in Aquarius is said to give really good results. It is said to be the warrior planet, and it does not mince words, it does not let go of hope. It gives you a lot of money. The only problem is it sets people running for gratification towards the wrong kind of people. So if you can consciously hold on to that fact and not let it manifest in that direction, then you will see this Jupiter gives you knowledge. This Jupiter gives you siddhis, because this house has the ability to give you siddhis, discoveries, lot of things. The other manifestations, if you can manage, that's beautiful. Okay, and finally Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces, it's the culmination. It's the culmination. Okay. Jupiter in Pisces is the culmination. And why do I say so? Because Jupiter in Pisces is good. Vedas, Shastras, makes you a king, gives you a lot of money. It gives you the ability to be so charitable that, and especially it makes you a real guide and guru. So okay. I remember Pratik. Was it Pratik who said that he was blown away with the community posts that are put? This Jupiter in Revati definitely does that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pratik, for that comment and the appreciation. So this Jupiter here is actually the guru. Okay, and he leads by example. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. This Jupiter leads by example, and we'll see as we move on how he does that. And this is affluence. Jupiter here sits, it gives affluence also. At the same time, it gives you, tell you how we come to that position also, and how we come to that dictum also. Jupiter here undergoes a lot of transformation. Uh, Robin Williams, you all have heard about, most of you here would have heard about Mrs. Doubtfire, one of the best stand-up comedians of his time. Okay, and uh, and then one of the best comedians. He had so much to give to the world. Okay, and he died out of cancer, and since he could not take it, he killed himself. But this Jupiter gives you affluence, gives you the ability to let go, also makes you charitable. The flip side, as I also told you all, that it can also give a lot of jealousy. When this Jupiter here knows how to let go, including not being jealous, including being content, and then this expansion, because this is the ocean of the zodiac. Okay, this is the Shir Sagar. So when the Jupiter realizes that it can let go, there's so much that will keep flooding in, because nothing in this universe exists in vacuum. Okay, let me see if there's any question, and then I will check it. with Moon and Rahu, that's a deadly combination. There's never end to wanting Sivarama, Krishna. So if you know that, if you are thankful, because this house is also the house of gratitude. So if you are thankful for what you have, trust me, you will get more. I want more is a good idea, but I want more is everybody's dictum. But when we realize that we can have a lot more when we are thankful for things, we will be doing really well. Okay. And finally, I'll come to one of the best things that I've been waiting all evening to say. I had told you people about, when, if any one of you had attended my webinar of sun, I had then put forward that there are 12 Adityas. Likewise, there are 12 rishis, okay, that you would find. Then they're all associated with one zodiac sign. With Aries, it's Pulasya. So if you have Jupiter in your first house, or you have it in Aries, it's the Pulasya Rishi. And Pulasya Rishi is said to be very, he is Pulitzer is supposed to be the grandfather of Ravan. He is, and he is also grandfather of Kuber. So you see very prominent people, you would be able to see it. Swati, don't do it. It will all be coming up on on the net. Okay. So it's and it gives you an ability to be very discreet. It gives you an ability to to also be a warrior. As I said, warrior, have no fear in saying what you have to say, and uh, giving good counsel. These people know how to give good counsel, and they lead by the front. Rishi Pulaha is also one of those rishis who has a very illustrious background. So it's also to do with family, it's also to do with wealth, and it's also to do with the maintenance of an order and things. Rishi Atrey is the rishi who dedicate, who to whom we can dedicate, why Shrad are done. He's the one who gave the reason for Shrad, and again his speech can get him into dispute. We saw it, the same thing happening with Shah Rukh Khan. At least the Indians know that fact, because of his speech he can get into dispute. And Rishi Atrey, Jupiter in Gemini gives you, it gives you, or for that matter in your third house, gives you the brilliance, the oratory power, the brilliance of the sun and the moon. Okay. And they will get, always you will see, if there's Jupiter in the third house or in Gemini, you would always get wealth, no issues about wealth. But if your principles are strong, if your principles are not strong, then that can be problematic. Okay. Then we have Rishi Vashisht. I think all of us know about Rishi Vashisht. He is another, it's also about to do with Cancer. Do you know that Rishi Vashisht, for a long, even though he was said to be a Brahma Rishi, for a long period, he had a bone of contention with another Rishi, or a king who later turned out into a Rishi, and that was Vishwamitra. Okay. So that idea of holding a contention against anybody, if you have Jupiter in your fourth house or in Cancer, it's best to let go of that bone of contention, because then you become a very happy person. Otherwise you have a lot of things to work through. You still have your share of problems to work through. Okay. Okay, so finally we come to Rishi Angiras. Angiras, if you have your Jupiter in Leo, or for that matter in the fifth house, then you have students. I told you, you have students who will probably supersede you. You would not like people talking out of turn or even cracking silly, stupid jokes. That's one thing you would never approve of. Okay, and then if there is Jupiter out there for people, and yes, Angiras, your family can be the one to initiate a lot of people, other people. Okay. Rishi Brigu, in incidentally, I was talking, somebody told me about Jupiter in second house, right? Um, for SP Balasubramaniam, and it is for him in the sign of Taurus. And today I was talking to somebody and I said that, you know, if Jupiter is there in the sign of in the sign of Virgo, then definitely such a person would have a problem with their spouses, with their children's spouse. And somebody told me that out of the blue, they said, you know, it's as if you are knowing about their history, because SP Bala Subramaniam was known to have a major problem with his son's wife. Okay. When we're talking about Rishi Gautam with Jupiter in the sign of with Jupiter in the sign of Libra, in such a case, there is relationship issues, always suspecting wife. But the children, but these people can have a thought process which can be very contemplative. They can think, they can keep churning on things time and time again to arrive at the right decision, which is so much in sync with what Jupiter, with what the sign of Libra is. So I can only say that probably it is because of these rishis associated that you get these, you get these properties. Rishi Bharadwaj, again, it is Rishi Bharadwaj was unrelenting in his studies. Unrelenting is the word. And his discoveries, his need to understand things was very, very strong. And that is what it imparts to people who have Jupiter in Scorpio. The best example I can give you here is Dr. B.V. Raman. Kashyapa Rishi is the progenitor, we know that. But in spite of having so many friends, in spite of having so many progenitors, if you read, you would know that he's the one who wanted his solitude. He wanted to do his tapa. He wanted to do his own work. And that is what it imparts to this sign. When we're talking about Capricorn, the remedial measure here, when it is debilitated, Jupiter is debilitated, there's a strong need to do Shiva Aradhana. It's written in the Shastras that Jupiter in this Capricorn, a person needs to do Shiva Aradhana big time. Rishi Jamdani, these people, if you have a problem, if you have a afflicted son, please don't forget to do one remedy, and that is to give umbrellas and slippers to people. It will help you. And finally, when we're talking about Rishi Vishwamitra, he actually had to undergo, or rather cross the fire, the test of fire to become who he was. So when there is Jupiter in this sign of Pisces, if you want to have a spiritual growth, you will have to go through the test of fire. It is one of the best positions, but it is a very trying position. So that brings to an end of my presentation. Swati, Jupiter combust, Tanmay Guha. Jupiter combust, I leave it to the territory of my teacher, Mr. VP Goel. He's going to conduct a seminar there and he will be talking on combustion. Okay.
Ma'am would like to know regarding nakshatras. If you have any classes about it, kindly let me know. I'm very much interested in nakshatras.
If you can understand Hindi, I have a class in Hindi coming up. The second level. The first level is to be done once. The second level. But the best part about nakshatras is you can do them individually also. There's no compulsion to follow them in a series.
Okay. So how should I go for?
You can always contact us.
Yeah.
You can always contact us on our WhatsApp number. You can also go directly to the website and you can register. You can, because the class starts from tomorrow. So you can also do both ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Before we move out, good night. Before we move out, anybody wants to say a few words about what you learned, or is there anything that you would want me to add next time I hold a webinar?
Only one question. Normally it says that Guru is not comfortable where he is sitting. He destroys some good points of that house.
Right.
Is it true?
Yeah. It can, again, thank you so much for bringing this question up. I would just say that it only does it for the houses that it's supposed to be a significator of. So it's supposed to be a significator of the second house, and it's sitting in the second house. And I proved it to you people. Fifth house, ninth house. Michael Jackson also has a problem with his parents. You know, it's his guru and his father. His Jupiter was sitting in the ninth house. Okay, for him.
Yeah.
So when we talked about the D12, Dwadashamsha, that also gets afflicted for him, and the D7 also, it will show a problem if for his children. So it's the simultaneous chart also you need to check. Just don't go by D1. Otherwise Rishi Parashara wouldn't have mentioned in his book about the divisional charts.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's
Right.
done that. We need to take that area also into account. Okay.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for this selfless webinar. It's a weekend and you've spared your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for making my day, Pratik. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Okay. Anybody?
Ma'am, I like the rishis which you described in detail. I don't know about all these things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's a different way of analysis, and it's definitely it can be found in our books. It's just that we need to go through them
And
much
it is
more.
working in my chart, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So
Thank you
anybody
so much,
else?
ma'am.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Swati. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
night.
Good night. Thank you so much, Manishji. Thank you.
Namaste,
Uh,
madam.
Namaste. Namaste, Chanchal ji. Namaste. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Bye.
Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.